Welcome back to MannCave Unfiltered. My name is Houston Mannis.
Sorry.
And today I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Tori. So you guys, this is, when I speak of Tori, this is who I'm speaking about. As you guys can see, she is obviously the best wife ever, and she is the number one dog mom. So, today I thought we'd do a little where I've been video and podcast. I haven't done one of these in a little while. We're a little bit different of a spot, obviously. Not in the office. We're out here in our kitchen / entryway /
laundry room.
But if you guys have been with me for a little while here, if you guys are new, I try to do one of these, kind of year review things. Last one I did, I believe, was in 2023. And I was trying to get back into making videos, and obviously I didn't. For one thing or another. But there's a lot that's happened in the last 2 years now since that video went out. And I just want to kind of go through it, talk about how life has changed for not only me, but the both of us at that time, and kind of talk through the end of 23, 24, and then basically it's where we are today now in October of 2025. It is crazy how much time can change and how God works through everything. If you guys do hear some smacking or a little feet running around, our little dog Ozzy, he may make an appearance here in a little bit, is running around. He is very active. So.
And hungry.
He eats a lot of food. So with that being said, there's really not much to really say about 2023. You guys saw where I was, and at that time I had just left working for the sheriff's office and went into working in the private security field. Similar type job, similar type of role. Through the end of 23, into the beginning of 2024, I spent most of my time, I was working nights, so sleep all day, work all night, that kind of thing. And I believe I reached out in December of 23 to you.
You did, and I was in a relationship.
And I instantly cut it off. I told her I was not going to be that guy. And I said, I wish you the best. I hope you have good luck in your relationship. And left it at that, because that is one thing I would never have been, is the guy to try to ruin a relationship. I did not want to be known for that. Didn't want to do that. Even though I think she wishes I would have done that a time or two. It's not something I've ever wanted to be. And maybe it's just because the way I was raised. Some would say my morals. It just didn't feel right to me to do that. So, didn't really talk. I think we'd send TikToks every once in a while to each other.
Every once in a while. Sure. You send me a lot. I just never replied or read them.
I'm still trying to keep in contact without being so obtuse about it. But then moving through 2024, went through a pretty difficult time there personally with my family. My brother and my sister-in-law had a stillborn first child, which took a massive toll on the whole family. And kind of in that point in time, there was a lot of... I felt that I was drowning. And years ago, we're talking even 2015, 16, 17, somewhere in there.
Pretty sure it was 18 or 17, 18, because I had my apartment.
She always told me that I could call her if I needed anything. If I needed to talk. I needed just to have a conversation, just to have something to occupy my mind. And though I didn't necessarily do that, at that time I really felt like I needed somebody. And messaged her.
It's like, you definitely didn't call.
No, I didn't call. Because I texted her very late at night. So I wasn't going to call her. She didn't text me back for like 2 or 3 days.
sorry.
So, but once she did text back, we have talked every day since. This is in May of 2024. And we were being just friends. She made it very apparent to me that she was only looking to have a friend back and that she was not looking for a relationship.
I was going to be a single dog mom.
She's still a dog mom.
She's not single.
Just not very single. And we talked and she told me she was going to move to South Fort Worth. And I told her, if you guys don't know, I live on the north side of the mess that is called DFW. And she was going to move to basically the farthest point south she could be. So the chances of us ever really meeting up again, if that would have taken place, was very slim. Just because of the amount of time it would have taken to go from one place to the other. And it just didn't make a lot of sense.
You just didn't want to drive to Forest Hill.
I didn't want to drive an hour and a half and be very angry to spend, if I got lucky, an hour with somebody.
Was it worth it?
I don't like spending just an hour with people. I like to spend meaningful time.
So we met up before I decided to move to the dark side for a job that I ended up not keeping.
And I knew that I didn't want to be just friends, but if that is what she wanted to do, I was going to completely and wholly support her in that decision. Mainly because I've always been that guy to her. If she needed support or if she was saying something that she needed, I was there to support her in her decision. Wasn't going to fight her on it. And, well, I'll let you say. What did you find out after meeting back up and talking for 3 hours?
We did talk for 3 hours. My life was a little bit more interesting than his. I have gone through a whole lot, especially working in the oil field for a few years. I discovered that the feelings we had from many years ago were still there, but I wasn't quite sure how to broach wanting to date again after getting out of a relationship with a very unsavory individual.
So, we stayed friends for a month.
If that.
If that. We picked up where we left off years ago. I think at that point we hadn't talked in 6 or 7 years.
Sorry, I was looking at my feet.
We hadn't talked in like 6 or 7 years, and talking again, it felt like I never missed a day.
Except for the fact he kept interrupting my TikTok doom scrolling, so I had to send him my number again so he would text me instead so I can still scroll.
Yeah, I was messaging her on TikTok because I knew that she would get the messages there. I didn't know if she saw the same number. Turns out she never
Changed my number.
changed anything.
For the first time in 10 years. I've never changed my number.
So, we talked, hung out a lot over a month, and I decided that after talking and getting close again after a month that I wanted to try to have a relationship with her. So in June 25th, but it was late, so she calls it 626 because she's a little big old fan of Stitch. 626 day. Asked her to be my girlfriend again. I say again. Again. And who knew what would have all changed? That kind of started our adventures in life together. We went to many different concerts. Just to highlight some of them that we did see, we saw Hollywood Undead, which I never thought I'd ever get to see in person.
Which by far the best concert I have ever been to, and I've been going to concerts since 2016.
We saw Sabaton, another amazing band that all their music's based on historical events, which if you guys haven't, take a chance. Just listen to a couple of their songs. If you enjoy any rock music, they're not like super dirty. Not a bunch of cussing in them.
Hardly any cussing in them.
but they're all historically based songs, which is
Heavy World War II.
very awesome. We went and saw a new band that was just coming out during the time we were actually talking, which was Old 60. They were very, very good.
It was an interesting show.
It was.
It's on top of the speakers.
We were right. It was so loud. Oh my goodness. We went and seen Gunnar Latham, which was a newer up-and-coming guy, country artist. I enjoyed the show. We got a hat that's signed by him. She got a guitar pick. My dad got a set list.
I got a guitar pick from Uncle Lucius.
What did you got something from?
A selfie.
Nah, she got a selfie. That's what it was. Went and seen probably her favorite country artist, Warren Ziders.
Nope, Cody Johnson. I want to see Cody Johnson.
Oh.
Favorite country. Oh, we saw Cody Johnson.
We saw Cody Johnson.
That's my favorite country artist.
That was after we got married, but we saw Warren Ziders. Probably up till Cody Johnson was our favorite country show.
He just took his shirt off. He was nice to look at.
And as she said, Uncle Lucius. Through that time, we found that we had a shared passion for going to concerts and just having experiences. Not necessarily things that were crazy expensive, but just to go, be in the moment, and just enjoy music together. That is one thing I can say that I've always enjoyed concerts. I've only been to a couple. I never liked going alone.
I went alone because I did not care.
So, having a opportunity to go with her, and we found out our mutual love for music, and not just rock or country. It was, honestly, we both love almost any kind of music. Not her every day. I'll say like 2 or 3 times a week she'll listen to almost anything. We're getting there, though.
Catch me in the mood.
We're getting there.
I have my comfort music.
It was. And
currently it's the Hamilton soundtrack.
Who would have thought? Broadway. But that moves us into our next, I guess, stage in life together. Tori had decided not to move to South Fort Worth because we were now dating, and it didn't make a lot of sense for her to move way down there because we'd never see each other outside of weekends. My weekends are your weekends. But it was not all smooth sailing. She went to go get an apartment here, the same city that we live in now, and it was probably the worst apartment I'd ever walked into.
It looked great in the tour video because I wasn't able to tour in person because I worked all the time. Great in the tour video. Not great in person. Mistake 1.
There was a lot of roaches.
It was a college apartment, a lot of student housing.
Wasn't very clean.
Not a whole lot of parking.
There was a lot of negatives there, but we tried our best to try to get that apartment ready. I don't know how many, 7, 8 bug bombs.
We were dead set on not moving in together yet.
It was very early into our relationship. I think it was
month 2, because my lease with my roommate ended in July.
Yeah, month 2. And I didn't want to move in together yet. I didn't want her to feel rushed into anything. But I was not going to let her live in an apartment like that. Which, to some of the people in my family, probably didn't agree with that decision. But looking back on it, it was the decision that had to be made. Shortly thereafter, she lost her job, as she said. And then, well, she lost her job whenever we found this apartment. We were going to move in here. She then lost her job. I said, it's okay, we can do it. Then her car broke down. She gave it back to her ex.
Fine, we didn't need that car payment anyways.
It was a lot of money.
We didn't need a second car. I wasn't going anywhere. I was scrubbing the walls with toothbrushes because I was bored.
And then, right whenever we thought we were kind of figuring out, I lost my job. Which, kind of in the same boat to this day. But through the whole time, God has provided for us.
I will say, before he lost his job, I did find a job. I was working for one of those check cashing places that an old coworker got me because I was tired of being at home, which helped us get through December.
And through all that, even losing my job and the uncertainty, it really reinforced what I had felt. You know, Tori never wavered. She never once made me feel bad about what was going on. Has been the greatest support that I'd ever had. And even when I called her and said that I'd lost my job, she literally just said, "It's alright, it's okay. Go home. I'll bring home some pizza and we'll figure this out tomorrow."
I was off. It was not a night problem.
And since then, like I said, God's provided. Every time we didn't know where we were going to get the money to pay something, where we were going to make a bill, get gas in the car, have food, God always provided in that moment whenever we needed it most. And it really grew my faith because 5 days after I lost my job, I proposed to Tori. And I'd already planned that before I lost my job. I was not going to change anything. I was like, look, if she's sticking with me now, we can do anything.
I don't know if he's going to put a picture up, but matching pajamas Christmas morning was not the look I was imagining my proposal in.
But it wouldn't have been any better.
Probably would have put clothes on.
It was her favorite Christmas. Considering she's had a lot of negative Christmases, it was her favorite Christmas.
So a little bar to hit.
That's fine. But through everything, through every job rejection, through every door closed, God has provided to this day. We sit there and go, I don't know, and it turns out we have just enough to pay what we need to pay, to get what we need to get. And it really grew my faith in a time that I was probably at the lowest I'd ever been. You know, went from being able to go to church at least once a week to it looked like I was not going to be able to go for multiple years. And then the losing of the job, and then now I think we've missed all but a handful of meetings.
For sicknesses.
And
I worked for the government, so I was running late.
it is what it is. But through everything, it was provided. And then we got married in May. The date's right there. You guys should be able to see that. I made sure you can see that.
With my lovely bouquet.
A bouquet. This was our version of a guest book. You guys can just see the corner of it there. For those listening, it's like a heart. It's got plexiglass wood. It's got little wooden hearts in it. And the back behind us has a nice little flower painting my mom had put together for us.
And a beautiful bouquet that she made out of Temu and Amazon flowers.
Who would have thought?
Impressive.
But where does that lead us to today? As you guys all are probably well aware if you're watching this, at one point I was doing gaming content. At another point I was doing, trying to get back into tech videos. Yeah. But we'll be right back. We're going to get our dog and then we will finish up the episode so you guys can see what he looks like. Oh, we are back. This is our little dog. Oh, show off his private bits there. Goodness, this is our dog Ozzy. As she says, our little Prince of Darkness, named after
the late Ozzy Osbourne.
who is one of her favorite artists of all time.
Wish I had seen him before he passed, but watching his last concert live is probably the best thing I've ever seen.
And he was a gift, probably one of the more thoughtful gifts we got for our wedding from two really good friends of ours. And he's being all shy now. He's trying to act all shy and not know what to do, but
He's a little terror sometimes.
he can be. But as you guys know, I've been doing these podcasts based on conservative views, religious viewpoints, Christian values. And that's not going to stop. Believe moving forward, this is something that I need to do. As I've said in other episodes, if you guys have watched in the past, this is what I feel like I need to do. And I'm not going to stop now, because if I stop now, I'm going to feel like I didn't finish my mission, what I need to do. But I will be trying to work in maybe some EDC stuff. I'll always love doing everyday carry videos, or maybe if I can show off some tech once I finally get some new stuff around that is cool.
Don't let him lie to you. He got an iPad. There's 2 new iPads in his apartment.
I use the iPad for every single video except this one. I use the laptop. The iPad's where the script goes. I have my notes for every video. But if there's one thing that I can say that I've learned this year, I'll go first. Then you can tell me what you've learned this last year. Because now we've been together for over a year. For me, it's that God has never left us. He never left me. Even though there were times I felt and thought that He did, He didn't. And it's no one's fault but my own that I was in those positions. I made decisions that took me away, that put me in spots that I was unsure of. But if anything, my testimony is to God's grace, and how much He's blessed me, even though I don't deserve anything that He's given me.
As hard of an upbringing I have had, and as part of a life I've had that has done nothing but set me up to help, either stretching food or realizing how much I can actually handle. So even though I felt so far away from God for so long, He was trying to get me ready for the lessons we will be learning this year. It has been a lesson.
A lot of lessons.
A lot of lessons and a lot of learning of patience that I am horrible at. I'm not a patient person.
I'm not either. So it is something that we've both learned a lot about. But with that being said, I think this is going to be the end of our episode today. So I don't thank you all for coming. I thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the MannCave Unfiltered. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below. Click the bell if you haven't already to be notified of new episodes. I do want to thank Tori for joining me today, my beautiful wife. There's maybe some future episodes down the road that we may do together. A little bit more serious topics, but probably something good that some people somewhere may need to hear. So with all that being said, if you guys found this encouraging to you, share it with a friend, share it with a family member. You never know what someone needs to hear in that moment about how life has been for someone else and how they got through their rough times, through their uncertain patches.
It's on Spotify, Apple.
And Apple Podcasts now, as of today, when we're recording this. So, again, I want to thank you all for joining in on MannCave Unfiltered. Until next time, stay grounded in faith, stay proud to be an American, and never stop pressing forward.